your psychic intellect and made you my puppet.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Boyd!
Sorry if I scared you. You'll like this bit.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you all like this bit. Bit of a somber Sunday, 9/11, isn't it? Blimey, I didn't realize until a little bit late in the day, like quite recently. I've been sick. I've got the Rona, baby. I've got Corona. It's a bit weird, right? It's a bit weird. I am. It's not like that Red Dwarf episode, Quarantine, where Rumor makes Lister, the robot, and the cat quarantine in one person's quarters for 2 weeks, right? And they're trying to kill each other, right? So no, men need their alone time, says Crichton. I said, especially the all-time number one hobby. So I'm it's more like under the glass dome. I'm trapped in my house with my wife and my daughter. It's really weird. Yeah, we've all got the Rona. My wife was Typhoid Mary. But, I would not leave her side. I said, I will not get this Rona. If I do, I'd rather have it than go and sleep downstairs in the guest room. Quite frankly. I think I got a reasonably mild case, right? It's I'm definitely very tired. Man, I am tired. Not helped by trying to watch The Abominable Snowman. Bloody hell! Oh my God! Tell you, if anybody has a bit of insomnia, bit of an Abominable Snowman, that'll put you right out. Let me tell you. I know if you do it with a cocktail with Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, the power Cringe is a Galadriel. Let us go to Numenor. Oh, it's so shit. I think that's a John Dorney. And I like John Dorney's work, right? But the thing is, they're all trapped, right? And I realize this about this is my assumption, my working theory about this friend of mine. But I think a lot of people are in this situation. They're trapped, right? In that the horse they backed hasn't taken them to where they thought it would, right? In all fairness, I think they were like driven crazy for years by the media telling them Trump was the cause of all these problems in the world when there really weren't any problems, right? I mean, there really were. We had world peace and lots of money. It was everything was getting better in every way, right? It's so weird, right? And it's like it's such an A-B. It's bizarre. So, what's that up to? Oh yeah, but I think people are mainly trapped in that they were driven mad by him, and nobody likes to admit that. I mean, I didn't realize how much people won't admit they're wrong, right? That's been my big lesson of the year. That people would rather die, I think, literally rather die than say sorry and they were wrong. I mean, saying they were wrong, one thing, and apologize, get it, never, not in a billion years. One second, I'm having breaking news coming in. Hang on, very important stuff here. Lots of discussion about the start time for my prayer group. No, you're not getting 5 a.m. No. It looks like we're heading towards 7, which is good news, right? That was my vote. But yeah, listen, it was 6:30, 6:45. I'm cool, baby. And it's a whole other story. I think people are trapped because the horse they strongly backed, very emotionally, had led them to a place of like really weird shit going down. Right. And I think my main problem was that he knows a little bit more than most people. I think he's very good at his job, is my guess, right? I guess he's very, very good at it. He manages money, and I think he's very good at it, right? I would and I think he's like a moral person too, right? And so I think, and again, look, I don't know. This is just it's a theory, right? It's a theory. But I think a lot of people are in that position. They're like, let's say, you're an older person, you're in the acting community, right? You're gay, whatever, or not. But you're in a community where you would hate Trump, right? Absolutely can't stand Trump. And you're about our age, and now you're like trying to say, a woman is what you feel inside, right? And yet they say the lie knowing it's a lie, right? That's how Orwellian it is, and it's really bizarre. And trying to convince themselves it's not, and it's starting to break people, right? Which I think is why this is happening. Right? I always look at things from a biblical perspective. I'm not sure if I talked about this last time. I'm like, as I said, I'm a bit out of it. I got the Rona. But my theory is the reason the Queen died was from a biblical, from a godly perspective, like a spiritual perspective. Like, obviously she was 96. There is that. But not from a spiritual perspective, why did she die right now? Well, I think we're coming up to this Jewish New Year, and I think it's the end of at least a Shemitah cycle, which is like a 7-year cycle where you leave the land fallow for a year, and it's a very holy time, right? Everything gets the land itself becomes holy, right? That's why, and you get extra crops the year before, right? It's really crazy. You get 3 years crop the year before if you do this. Just very few people actually did it. I would totally do that, right? I would totally do that. Anyway, but I'm crazy religious. That's me. I am really crazy religious. I believe it's real. But it's I don't understand. If you believe it's real, then you got to do all this shit. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I think people are trapped in the place where they're trying to convince themselves that everything is awesome and they know it's not, and they're very disturbed, right? I think we've got a lot of people cracking. But yeah, so why did the Queen the Queen pass away now? I think this is the end of the as I said, it's the end of the Jewish year. It's the end of a 7-year cycle. It's probably the end of a Jubilee cycle, is my guess. It's the end. They said it the last one, but I think it feels like this is more likely to be it, right? And I think she wasn't just Britain's queen; she was the planet's queen. She was the international symbol of monarchy, which was really quite amazing. But she really was. I mean, look, other places have a monarchy too. Like Arab countries, they have monarchies, right? But she was the internationally recognized symbol of what a monarchy was. And I think there's a Jewish concept that two monarchs can't reign overlapping one another. Because I really think we're in a messianic era is about to happen, right? Maybe in months and maybe in weeks. I don't know. But I really do. It's it's weird. It's like that bit in Independence Day, but this has been going for about 2 years, right? There's this big countdown been going on for about 2 years. Do you remember that bit in Independence Day where Jeff Goldblum's counting down? And he's filled out. He's what's going to happen now, right? I think, and that's how I feel. I feel like the sands of time are running, right? Because I thought we will see some more overtly messianic activity earlier, right? And again, my big mistake, schmuck that I am, I just thought people would see reality and go, oh, well, this is the reality then. Okay, I made a mistake. No, nobody can admit they're wrong. Why is it the Twitter weirdos can't? They have a hashtag saying no justice for Noel Clarke. Well, isn't that Noel Clarke's point, that he's getting no justice? Right, I don't understand. What? I don't understand. It's weird, is it? Is it their outrage because of whamming? No, they just don't want to admit they're wrong, and I don't get it. Right, I don't get it. And I know I'm somewhat unusual because most people treat it like it's the worst thing in the they would rather die. They would. I'm not exaggerating. They would rather die. This is a friend of mine, right? We had the whole thing with this religious official, right? Who ended up violating Jewish law quite publicly in a very, very this breathtaking way. I've told you about it before. He gave this big speech and he just broke the laws of this thing called Lashon Hara. And it blew my mind. But here's the thing: there's people that grew up respecting authority so much that they can't conceive it of a universe where an authority is wrong, even when they can't believe their lying eyes and ears, right? And that's how much people can't admit that they're wrong, right? Man, I think a moment of truth is coming. And listen, I'm really genuine. I want to I bear no malice to people who have this like different, like, who can't do that, right? But it's so weird because like it's like something we all saw together. You know, it's like we were all there. That happened. Yeah, I don't want to tell you. Yeah, I mean, like, what? But I have people, they will convince themselves up is down and black is white, so they won't be wrong. Yeah, and I'm like, look, I look at the the Bible. I think is a user manual for life. It's supposed to do the Old Testament. It's essentially code in there how to get the best life humanly possible, most rewarding, fulfilling life humanly possible, which is different for each person, right? But that's the basic idea of it, right? So, but this also has stories in it, and the stories there are very more they're illustrative. Like there's one of my favorite stories, right? Is the story of Judah and Tamar, right? Freaking love this story. It's so weird. So yeah, after Joseph is sold in slavery, the 12 tribes, the brothers, they kind of split up like King Arthur's table, right? And it's really they go off and have their own adventures. It is Judah, yeah. There's this super hot chick called Tamar, super hot, like crazy hot. You can't imagine how hot. I certainly can't. So they he marries Yehuda's son, and Yehuda's son doesn't want to get pregnant because she's so hot. So he uses the rhythm method, right? He finishes elsewhere. This is looked on about badly by God, and he is struck down. So then his brother marries her. There's a thing called Yibum. That if you, it's a financial thing. Let's say you marry somebody and they die, the husband dies, and the brother can take you as a wife. It's going to give you financial security. If she doesn't want him, it's okay, right? She can say no, but it's like she shouldn't be left destitute. Is the idea, which she would have been otherwise, right? And if he doesn't want to, obviously he doesn't want to, right? So anyway, so then brother marries her, and he does the same thing, also dies, right? So I can't remember why she's like he won't let her go, right, and find a husband somewhere else, right? I can't remember why. So anyway, he's walking down the road, and she pretends to be a hooker, right? So God overcomes him with this super desire, right? And a reason why I kind of believe it is because the Bible goes to the trouble of actually saying it, right? It doesn't waste words. And so he's like, I just have, and she has her face covered, so he doesn't know who it is. So anyway, the he has sex with her, and then he goes to pay her, like give her a sheep or something, and she's got his staff and she's got his coat, right? Anyway, so a few months later, she's pregnant, right? And they're like, she's been sleeping around. We need to put her to death, right? Burn the harlot, right? Rah, burn the harlot. And she said, the person who got me pregnant is, do you know whose coat holds up the jacket? Do you know whose coat this is? Yehuda. Now, why is that significant? It's significant because when Yehuda told Jacob that Joseph was dead, he holds up his coat of many colors and is covered in blood. Says, "Do you know whose coat this is?" And he knows he was lying out of his ass, right? He knows he was lying out of his ass because he knows full well Joseph was actually sold into slavery, right? But he thought he was doing it for the best, right? So now reality has done a replay, right? Freaking crazy. And he knows he's wrong. Here's incredible. He knows he's wrong, and he can admit he's wrong. And it's like, how embarrassing is it? Yeah, I thought she was a hooker and I slept with her. And then I getting married, and he ends up becoming that's where the line of royalty comes from, because that's like that's royalty earned, right? And royalty for whatever reason is bestowed by God, right? And I believe in God. If you don't believe in God, that's cool. If you don't believe in God, royalty is a fun tradition, right? It's a fun tradition. I don't know if Charles is going to make it, frankly. I hope he does. I hope he does. I see a possibility of it going south, right? It depends. I don't know who he is, right? There's lots of different. I don't know who any of them are, really. Yeah, there's lots of different versions of people, right? And yeah, I don't know. Is he like a Harvey Weinstein, like a Jeffrey Epstein, globalist, weirdo pedophile island type of guy? I don't know. Maybe. Oh yeah, like is he on? If there is a great reset, which there is he on board for it? If he's on board for it, I don't think we're friends. I don't think the Queen would be, right? And I don't know. That's my fictionalized version of her, right? But she's always struck me as somebody who was driven by Christian value, right? I don't know. No, listen, Jews and Christians, we've had a bit of a fractious relationship over time. One can say. I have a lot of respect for Christian value, like genuine, wholesome Christian value, and I think she genuinely did have wholesome Christian value, right? I think that was her moral compass that did guide her. Which I always found quite sweet. Now, does Charles have the same thing? I hope so. I hope so. Frankly, I've said this many times. I don't think Andrew did anything wrong. I mean, other than stooping a hooker, which seemed to be consensual, right? If it seemed to be consensual, in my mind, he's off the hook, right? And yeah, like you go, oh, he stooped a hooker. Yes, he's royalty. Royalty is allowed to do that. Royalty is allowed to stop the the stable maids, right? They're like, yes, consensually, and if she said it was consensual, I think you're being a dick, frankly. I mean, even if you super didn't like it, I'm sorry. If you're pressured into it and you hated it, right? But you pretended to him and you liked it, I have to tell you, it's not really his fault. I think it's just, I think he was just caught there, quite frankly. But I understand, unpopular opinion. But I mean, that's just my take on the matter, right? But I don't know what my favorite version of Charles was from the Comic Strip Presents GLC, right? Which was it was sort of like who was it? Cracker, was his Hagrid. What's the bloody guy's name? Look at Hagrid, okay? Hagrid actor Robbie Coltrane. Oh, that was really painful. Man, that was really, really painful. So, what was it on about? Now I'm like, what was I talking about Robbie Coltrane for? I'm like totally lost. I'm stuck on Hagrid. Man, I have no idea. Hang on. Royalty, God. I don't know what to tell you. I know. Maybe we'll come back. Totally lost it. Okay, you know what I will do? You know what I'll do in the interim? Let me open up this image, and then we will get to the chat, right? Oh, yeah, I like my thumbnail for today. I thought it was sweet, right? Here we go. Share screen. Doink, we have a bit of Her Majesty's Love-a-thon today, right? Because why not? Why not? You know what? Here, let's start with this video. We're going to start with this video. I do have a lot of videos to watch, actually. Not sure. Oh, here. Yeah, this isn't ready yet, but this is like you know, I talked about doing digital art. So this is something I was playing around with. I think that was working quite nicely. I think it needs a bit more work, right? And it's got a loop. But I think that for me conveys the moment, right? I like the it's far of it for me to blow my own horn, but I do like the fading and into. It's pretty cool. So that's what I mean about doing like these cards, like some way of like doing some digital art. I like digital art, but I want to do a bit more work on it. Maybe get some more of the title sequence going over as an overlay. There we go. But here, that's not what I was talking about. Video file. Downloads. Oh, we got all that stuff. Oh man, I forgot we got all that stuff. Hey, we'll have a quick look at this. This is lovely. This was the final phase of the Queen, which was just so beloved, right? I don't know. I think she was always, but I think she kind of relaxed at this point. I think after the angst of, I think post Andrew, I don't know whose idea that was, but it was wonderful, right? Whoever thought of doing that? It's just wonderful, right? Absolutely wonderful. And they all came together. It's just fantastic, right? Just fantastic. 1 second. Where were you on 9/11? I remember I was with I was on the phone talking to my mother all through we're watching it together. We saw the towers come down. I was in Miami. She was in London. It's crazy, man. It was really crazy. I remember I was sitting in my office and my wife called me. I had this big old massive TV mounted on this giant bracket. It was the 90s, right? Big massive TV above my desk. And I had this little couch over there. But I was sitting in my office chair. And my wife phoned me and said, turn on the TV, right? Turn on the TV. And I was like, why? It's like the planes crashed or something. I was like, what's going on? So turn on TV and spend the rest of the day watching it. It's absolutely crazy. That did not go the way they thought it would. That did not go the way they thought it would. Man. Nobody wants to admit they're wrong. Anyway, let me get to that. Jonathan Cox is here. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. Happy Sunday. Vanessa Kirby would have been a better choice with Gladriel. Yes! Absolutely, says Jordan Lee. Yes! Oh, I will so much. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely... Oh, my God. Yes. I can see... You know why? Vanessa Kirby doesn't strike me as being an insufferable cunt. I like Vanessa Kirby, and she might be an insufferable cunt, but she's a good enough actress to pretend she's not, right? Yes, and she's I mean, it's not that what's her name, Maudlin Clark or whatever her name, isn't that hot. I mean, she isn't that hot, but she's a bit stocky. It's more that she's just a shit actress doing a bad character that nobody would want to be around. I mean, it's so weird. Why would anybody want to be around this Gladriel or anybody in this Lord of the Rings piece of shit? Like, why? Why would I want to be around like the weird Lenny Henry half-foot people with the twigs in their hair and all that shit? And they're like, oh God, there is a stunning and brave girl. Leave me alone. Oh God, it says so much more about the maker's neurosis and their like terror of being I don't know, not what. Yeah, here's the thing: the thought leaders are baby brain morons, right? Baby brain morons that need to say things like in baby brain ways, like racism is bad, isn't it? Yes, no, racism is. It's really bad. No, racism is really bad. I agree. Yes, really bad. Racism is really bad. Yes, it is. Racism. We should all say racism. Well, we all kind of do, but racism is bad. Yes, yes. It's like you're dealing with a baby-brained moron. And that's the thought leaders that we got to scream out stupid virtues there. Yes, racism. Oh, yes, yes. So here's a boring Lord of the Rings that nobody gives a shit about. Oh man, it's so shit. It really, I mean, it's just so shit. I mean, like, it just reeks of massive inexperience, right? I mean, what, these kids out of college? Yeah, let's have a look. One second. Let's look them up on IMDb for a second. We do IMDb. Let me see the what's going on in the prayer group. It was floating earlier. The older crowd's coming in. We got some votes for 6:15. Don't like it, but okay. IMDb. Fine, 1 second. Lord of the Rings. The Rings of Power. It's such a shit title. I mean, it's such a deeply shit title for a deeply shit show. Yeah, 1 second, share screen. There we go. Doink. So creators Peter McKay and Jordan D. Payne. What have you done before, Jordan D. Payne? You wrote Flash Gordon. Really? What year was that? And Escape. Doesn't look like you've been very busy. Doesn't look like your career's been full, mate. Bloody hell. Yeah. Wait. You are writing. You're an uncredited writer on Star Trek Beyond. Fuck me. So you know you've done nothing, all right? You don't. Okay, fine. That's Robert D. Payne, and it shows. I hate to show you, it absolutely shows. Bloody hell! Same thing. This isn't the same guy. No, Peter McKay. These are two uncredited writers from Star Trek Beyond. What? And now they're writing a Flash Gordon thing as well. Shit. Yeah, and you forget that. You're going to be Dan and Dave, mate. Right? Forget it. Finished. This is a disaster. This awful show is a disaster from start to bloody finish. It's an embarrassment, right? It's an embarrassment, and you should be embarrassed with it. I mean, like, none of you people should be smiling about this shit, right? No, it really is a genuine embarrassment. All right, yeah, please, man. Let's get back to the slide. We'll get back to the window. There we go. We'll get back to the chat. That's what I was doing. There, I know. I remember. God save the king, says Ed number one. I hope God does. Right? I hope God does. I genuinely hope it works out for Charles. Right? I really do. I really do. I hope he ends up being beloved. Right? I can see it going south. I can see it going. We'll find out. We will find out. Where are we up to? The Soda Ranger is here. How you doing, Soda Ranger? Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. Dr. Dave is here. How you doing, Dr. Dave? Thank you for joining us. Dan M is here. Jonathan Cox is here. I think I said hello to you, Jonathan Cox, but I'll say hello again. You know me. I don't care. I'll throw caution to the winds. That's me for you. Solar Engines is here. Cross Goodwisen is here. He didn't Cross Goodwisen. Go. Oh, okay. We've got a Kardashian name. Go Karamazov. Go Karamazov. So that's a Go would be the Kardashian version of Captain, right? Go Karamazov. Like Gold the Cat was always happy that he just maintained his lonely gold rank, right? He didn't need to. He said, "No, I'm happy being Gold, being completely in charge." I always liked Gold the Cat, quite frankly. I thought he was a good and interesting character, right? Margaret Thatcher supported apartheid in South Africa. Yes and no. Yes and no. It's not 100% that clear. Yeah, but yes and no. It's like more that she didn't really. She thought that, as I recall, she thought the whole de Klerk method would be much more effective. And I think so. Right. By the way, I do like the little corgi trotting along with the Queen here on this thumbnail. Em is here. How you doing, Em? Cameraman Crash Course here. Hi, everyone. I got locked out of my Google account for 2 days. Google worst customer service ever. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're back in now. Wow, it took you 2 days to get in. That's crazy, man. DC is how you doing, DC? Thank you for joining us. Although I was locked out my Yahoo account for like a year. Darren says Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. That is very true, right? I do agree with that. I agree with that. Again, dude, I was there. I lived through it. It's not quite as cut and dried as you're making it. It really isn't, right? Because you did the dream coat at school. There you go, Colin Archer. You see, I mean, there's all these like little bits of religion that like all link up to everybody. Early today, I was listening to Jordan Peterson talking about the Queen. Oh, I love this is that because he was due to do an interview when she passed away. Oh, what a shame! I would have loved to hear that. Right? Oh, and how good that she agreed to an interview. Oh man, oh yeah. I like Jordan Peterson a lot, right? And man, these people coming out. I can. People are so awful coming out against her with no clue, like Mangs Saggio. Ugh, so horrible. And they're all just saying, "Oh, I'm jealous." That's basically what they're all saying. Jesus was a Juice that's got an answer. That is true. That is true. Mark the Vicar is here. Dog tied too. Took it with her, mate. Took it with her. Charles William V, George VII says red number 1. 18 red number 1. I think I said low ship. I think I did. Okay, whizzing through it. Matthew Pounder is here. Just a human being. I agree with you. I do agree with you. There we go. It's far too long. They should just call it ranks of diversity because we can police the Lord of the Rings. It's got nothing to. That's a thing. It's like I'm like, what's the connective tissue between Lord of the Rings? Like Galadriel. This is you don't recognize that at all. Is it? I mean, there's no it's not recognized with Galadriel in any way, shape, or form. She's like this annoying, stodgy girl. I mean, Mick Adams says Star Trek Beyond had 37 writers, and they all should be fired because it was shit. Charles will be fine if he keeps his gob shut. I'll say, yeah, my favorite version of him was in GLC, which had Robbie Coltrane. Now I remember. Oh, it all ties back again. Oh boy, thank God for that. Robbie Coltrane, right, was playing Charles Bronson. So in like Hollywood version of like the Miners' Strike. This was a sequel to it with the GLC. So was it Charles Bronson as Ken Livingstone? I can't remember. But they had Adrian Edmondson. I can't remember. Here, one second. I just look it up. Comic Strip presents. Comic Strip presents GLC. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, yeah. So Robbie Coltrane, Charles Bronson as Ken Livingstone, Dawn French as Cher as Joan Ruddock, Jennifer Saunders as Bridget Nielsen playing the Ice Maiden, Margaret Thatcher, Rick Mail, the deposed Lord Mayor of London, Aidan Emerson, Charles Prince of Wales. So yeah, Aidan Emerson version Prince of Wales was very funny. Peter Riven as Lee Van Keith playing Tony Benn. Leslie Phillips as Sir Horace Cutler. They got the real Leslie Phillips. Keith Allen, gay counsellor. Steve O'Donnell. I don't know who he is, but I do. But yeah, so that's my one of my favorite versions of Charles. I thought Charles gave up his right to the crown, and when he was supposed to be king, what happened? I don't know. I think he just wanted it, and he said, mine, 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 and nobody wanted to make a scene. I think that's essentially what happened. But they started planning his inauguration for next year a while ago. That was always going to happen. What was it? I meant he was due to give a lecture and he changed the subject because her passing. Oh, okay. It's not going to interview him. Fine. I still would. I got to listen to that. That sounds fantastic. Couldn't disagree more. On what? Now I'm really intrigued. What was I saying? Catherine, tell me in the chat what you're disagreeing about, right? What was I just talking about? It was 3 minutes ago. Ken Livingstone. When he was Mayor of London, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. I mean, look, the trouble with Ken Livingstone, again, all these leftists, they're massive anti-Semites. He hates Jews, Ken Livingstone. Oh, man, they're the worst. There's a number of show films that might be quite acceptable on their own, but to do a disservice to the IP they've attached to. Yeah, it's ridiculous, right? Yeah, Ken Livingstone, famous anti-Semite. Yeah, he is, absolutely. So King Charles is a sovereign of Canada now. I guess so, says M. I guess. I don't know how this works. I do not know how this works. Let's look at a couple articles. I've got this one open over here. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. This is this was. I'm glad this one. I wrote a diatribe and didn't post. And it didn't post. But what about? Man, just tell me the subject, right? Give me an idea. Say what about Boris Johnson, but London was in a better state under Sadiq Khan. Blimey, then under Sadiq Khan. Yeah, right. That was a disaster. Yeah, absolutely. Right? London's a disaster. Kevin, I feel really bad it wouldn't post. Right? If you want to email it to me, I should be able to post it. Right? I really don't like people not having to have this say. I just think that's like I don't know. I just think that's wrong. Here, you know what? Let's look. We've got a few things to look at here. Weirdly enough, I was going to look at the article. I forgot. I was looking at this article over here. We signed him in as Mr. Big Knob or whatever they call him here in Australia. Well, very good. There you go, Mr. Big Knob. I think that's very. I would be happy to have that nom de plume. My name is Tzvi, Mr. Big Knob. Thank you for joining us. Not entirely true. Let's read this article. Fans of famously anti-royal ex-Doctor Who are ready for his hot take. And thank God he didn't give one. Look at these people. I mean, these people are just scum, right? Oh, they're so vile. I love that Chris Excellent hates the royal family because how are you going to argue with him? The man is Doctor Who. That's dumb. I bet he feels bad about that now. I bet he genuinely does. Hopefully. I did a cricket game was having the time of his life. I think you're being so disgusting for Christopher Eccleston, quite frankly. These people are the worst. Chris Eccleston already drafting and pros that are probably getting charged with treason. I mean, it's like, why just be so? Again, why are these people so disgusting? And this, we got this covered is like saying, oh, these people are great. Well, it looks like Cleaners is going to pull through, and oh my God, Chris Eccleston with a still just stop. It makes me sick, right? Makes me think. So here, this is funny then. Queen Elizabeth II's favorite Doctor Who might surprise you. I have no idea who it may be. Queen Elizabeth II was the most popular and beloved queens in history of the royal family. I agree with you. Maybe Victoria was very beloved as well, I believe. I believe anyway. Listen, I don't know. I wasn't there at the time. And what's the one I'm thinking of? The Queen from like the 1800s, 1600s, 1500s. Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth I. There we go. Just trying to keep up with the chat. We have nothing to do in their lives, but look up and can't understand those who do. So right. Anyway, so let's read this. Her simplistic dress style, coupled with her bold choice, made her a standout fashion icon over the course of her reign. And at the time of her death on 96, she was the head of the state for United Kingdom for 70 years and counting. Yeah, incredible. But queening wasn't easy, and she needed to take some time to relax and to unwind with some good entertainment now and again. The Queen's taste in TV isn't as prim and proper as you might think. Would love to insert obvious Downton Abbey joke here, but I wouldn't dream of posthumously offending Her Majesty's sensibility with such boorish low-hanging fruit. Instead, all delight Hoovens all around well with knowledge that the beloved Cypher had the Queen's blessing, and no, that's not limited to the initial run that started back in 63. The Mirror reports that she was enamored with the series ever since the revival in 2005. The magic of the show captured those first years, left such an impression on her that it influenced her choice of favorite Doctor. Christopher Eccleston! Isn't that again? How do you get more gracious? Really? How do you get more gracious? Yes, you might have hated her. She loved you, Chris. She loved you. She loved everyone. She was our monarch. She was like a mother to all of us. Right. Even like, you know, the Bolshevik kids too. Or more of a grandmother. And honestly, who could blame her? Not only does Christopher Eccleston possess the hypnotic blue eyes and the bad boy. And the bad boy. Where am I up to? Bad boy, but in a classy way, charm. That's almost irresistible. But his companion in Interstellar Crime, Rose, Billy Piper, was one of the most compelling companions in the history of the series. I guess that's true. In fact, the finale, Doomsday, is the highest rated on IMDb. Yeah, okay, listen, you can get these metrics anywhere. I mean, like, the best is ever in some way or another. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Show was a come to Her Majesty, according to The Sun. She once asked for DVD copies of the series to be sent to her Balmoral Castle. It was Balmoral Castle that the Queen passed away. Okay. So there you go. It's funny that she liked Chris Eccleston. Listen, I think he'll probably be touched. You know, I think it's a position he didn't like. I'm sure on a human level, he's saddened for that. And here's the thing: whether you like the Queen or not, or the position or not, it is a unifying thing for most of the country, right? Most of us like the Queen, right? And most of us like here. Let me show you something. Let me find this bit. Why did we love Bernard Cribbins? Okay. I got this. I got to like find. These are all the Queen Elizabeth II clips in that's only pulled out, right? We'll come back to that one in a second. There you go, a bit of Bernard Cribbins talking about the Queen.
At Christmas, not safe, is it?
Why?
Well, it's them up above. Look, Christmas before last, we had that big bloody spaceship, everyone standing on a roof. And then last year, that Christmas star electrocuting all over the place, draining the Thames.
This place is amazing.
And this year, God knows what. So everybody's scarping, going to the country. All except me and Her Majesty.
Her Majesty the Queen has confirmed that she'll be staying in Buckingham Palace throughout the festive season to show the people of London and the world that there's nothing to fear.
Yeah, God bless her.
I mean, honestly, why do we love Bernard Cribbins? Because we all feel the same way, okay? This is how most of us feel about the Queen. Right, I mean, it is. I'm sorry.
We stand vigil.
Well, between you.
with the follow-up.
Over Great Britain, it seems that this year, the City of London has escaped alien intervention. The Queen has remained in residence in defiance of extraterrestrial attack.
Listen to me, security code 771, now get out of there! Open the door!
And you know, the reason Rosny Davis put the Queen in is the same reason he wanted Big Ben in the first and London Eye. It's something just so iconically English, right? It's like so ingrained as part of our culture.
Don't you dare, you aliens! Don't you dare!
I know you love Bernard Cribbins. Yeah, we'll see the Silver Nemesis clip. I think this was cut out.
Oh, she doesn't mind. This way? What do you think?
I don't know. I might be able to tell if I actually knew where we were going, but we didn't actually cover the royal residential areas on the school trip. Someone coming.
Act as if you own the place.
Do what?
It always works. We own the place.
Doctor!
How annoying. I can't place that woman for the life of me.
Doctor!
It's all right, Ace. I know that woman from somewhere.
What? Why didn't you say something? London.
So yeah, that was the best bit of Silver Nemesis, which I call like the shit bit of season 25. No, you believe? Oh, there. This stuff is a little bit oblique. Yeah, that will give it a miss. There you go. Doink. Fine. Let's move on. Let's get to Lord of the Rings because it's, and we might even do She-Hulk as well. I'm not sure how much energy I got. Right, I am like, listen, my review of Abominable Snowman thus far on 3 episodes in, it's not very good. I mean, the animation's not bad at all. The animation is much better than Fury from the Deep, and it works a lot better. I don't like Gary Russell's editorializing, right? I don't like him inserting himself. It's supposed to be resurrect the past, not redefine it, right? And I think it pushes. And listen, it's not such a big deal, but I do think it pushes a little bit too much, right? I really do. I think it just pushes the boundaries of like redefining past too much. But that being said, the animation is good, but the story is it's slow. It's surprisingly not good, right? And it's weird because you might want to go, oh, well, it's just what what it was like at the time. No, it just came off Tomb of the Cybermen. That rattled along. Next one is Ice Warriors, right? No, not at all. Hang on a sec. What is it opening up? I can't even. Oh, it's because I'm not well. I can't work out what I'm supposed to be looking at next. Where's it? Did it open up or not? Yeah, we want to open that. There you go. Finally. I didn't click the go button. So, Lord of the Rings, what a piece of shit. Oh, what a piece of shit. Oh, God, it's boring. And it's not that they have black people in it and they're all going to be wiped out in the next 1,000 years somehow. Every black person of every species ever, they're all going to be wiped out. How? I don't know. Maybe the white man. Well, obviously, because they're the only ones who survive. But I don't know. It's not that it's not very good, right? It's not very good. It has little to no understanding of Tolkien. It's like most of the characters are like they've read the Wikipedia, of Bilbo back and said, "Let's do a girl version." Oh, a brave little halfling instead of a brave little hobbit. It's not the same thing at all. It's not even close to the same thing. And it's not even close to like echoing it. It's just not very good, right? It's just not very good. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, and it's agonizingly not good, and it's agonizingly derivative, right? It really is. It's so derivative. So anyway, start off these titles. Oh, we got to be like Game of Thrones, but not like Game of Thrones. Listen, I could use some Game of Thrones being a bit more different, quite frankly. But ethereal music. Lord of the Rings, ethereal theory. Oh, power of the ring. It's shit. It's shit. So you start off. Oh yeah. So the Black Elf. So that's basically what that should be his name. Black Elf. If you told him when he doesn't love his waisters, no, it's just shit. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to explain this to you. It's just not very good. It's a bunch of like the inexperience bleeds through, and the only idea they have there is they've got to see their sensibilities stamped all over Tolkien's universe, which really is very, very obnoxious, right? And they stamp it over there. It would be one thing if they understood Tolkien, but they really don't, right? It's not like I do, right? It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm a big Tolkien buff. Thank God I'm not. This would be a nightmare if it was. I actually knew what I was looking at. Oh, man, it'd be awful. Thank God I don't know anything about Tolkien, right? But I just don't see any connection to Lord of the Rings at all. And so the only idea they have is they want to see their sensibilities stamped across Tolkien's view of Middle Earth. And again, I wish they understood Middle Earth at all. So anyway, he's Sauron is on his way back. And these orcs have been... Okay, it makes no fucking sense, okay? These orcs have dug these massive mines everywhere, and they've been the watchmen on guard to look out for orcs ever returning, right? And apparently they missed everyone. There's a huge complex mine system filled with elf slaves now, right? Like, and he had no idea about this. I mean, really? So yeah, he was grabbed at the end of the last episode, taken somewhere. Oh, scary, wary, it's blurry. I don't know what's going on. Get up! Oh, bad elves, orcs everywhere. We don't understand this. Give him a kick, yeah. It says, hi, you're an elf too. I'm an elf too. We're all trapped here. So many elves, elf slaves, slaves of the orcs. Oh, Gladriel wakes up. Oh, I'm stunning and brave, stunning and brave. Oh, I'm so stunning and brave. Where am I? Here, I got some food for you. And so she's like, but what is it? Oh gosh, she's so insufferable. And that's it. She's just so deeply insufferable with no charisma whatsoever. And they open the thing and she goes up and they're on a ship and it was like, oh, I don't like you. Oh, I don't like you. And they're like, oh, they don't like me. Oh, they don't like me. And the captain's like, listen, we picked you up from the sea. It's our tradition. We'll take you back and we'll get you somewhere. Our noble captain. Whoa, look at my hair in the breeze. And we are in the city, the nation of Nuramore, which is very multicultural as well. Again, it doesn't matter where anybody was throughout the world. There was a black Holocaust somewhere before Lord of the Rings, right? So they're like, let's go past the CGI. I mean, this was much more impressive in 2001, right? Now it's like, okay, we've seen it before, right? We haven't seen shit like this before, right? Like Gladriel with a charm bypass, right? And then we are in the city-state of Numenor, and God, I can't stand her accent. Everything annoys me about this, right? So I guess it's a bit. I don't know anything about Lord of the fucking Rings. They're in Numenor. Okay, yay, Numenor. So they arrive and they go, oh, she's an elf. We don't like them here. Oh, and it looks kind of cool. I like. It looks like that place from Game of Thrones. I'll go and hang out there. You know, where the faceless ones were. Faceless gods, whatever. And they take him up to the, I guess, government. And they like, we have to go in, and like, oh, I don't want to let you in. They let her in, and they go and meet the queen. And the queen is, of course, a stunning black woman. Does that scare you, patriarchy? Does that scare you? Okay, I don't give a shit. But it's not that you wrote so you can go, I don't care about the skin color of people. It's not that you care. It's so painfully your narcissism is so painfully transparent. That's what it is. I finally worked out. What is it that I can pick up, right, from this all the time? Why is it you can always tell woke casting? Because the narcissism is painfully transparent. And the narcissism is painfully fucking transparent. It's not, oh no, I hate black people. It's your narcissism or having to impart your worldview on another world badly. And speaking of interpreting Tolkien badly, this is apparently Gladriel, for fuck's sake. I am Gladriel, an insufferable cunt. Oh, yes, I am so strong and brave and insufferable and cunty. Well, I'm cunty too, and I'm a queen, and I'm a black person, and I got my little pet white man here. Yes, I do. Because I'm stunning and brave. And look, my dialogue's better, right? When I used to read books to my kids when they were little, I used to make up my own stories, so they were just better. Stunning and brave, brave and stunning. And he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go and try and hang out for a bit, and please don't kill anyone. Can I just try and earn a living? So they say she's got to be incarcerated or something, and she's just like all pouty and annoying, and he's got her little sword back again, and they're like, oh, it's an elf queen. And here's the thing. The narcissism is so palpable because this doesn't fit into the like a Tolkien, and I hate to say it, it's like Tolkien's vision was very white, right? And I'm sorry that it was, but he was very Anglo-Saxon. He just was. It's supposed to be an Anglo-Saxon mythology, right? And I understand Anglo-Saxon in 2022 is not what it was in 1922. I get that. But this is not your world, right? This is, again, this, and it's not like, oh, no, black people. No. And again, if you're so dumb, that's what you hear. I'm sorry you're that fucking stupid, right? But, you know, this is what it is. You found a convenient straw man to hide behind, right? That makes you feel good. Because why? Because you don't want to admit you're fucking wrong. This is shit. Bottom line, was Tolkien shit? No. Is this shit? Yes. Oh, okay then. Right? Has Tolkien ever been shit before? No. Even in the radio adaptation of Lord of the Rings, which was somewhat shitty, right? It wasn't great, right? The cartoon was better. This is shit. So then the captain's got a stunning and brave son that they introduced being stunning and brave and stunning. And he does stunning and brave things, being brave and stunning. And then they all return back to Numenor, and they get off on a beach, and they're stunning and brave and stunning. And hi, I'm handsome. Oh, maybe because it's like, is he Latino? Is that why they like this guy so much? I don't know. And then his completely white sister shows up because that's fucking normal, right? Hi, I'm from the different family to you. Nice to meet you. And he's happy to see a horse instead. And they say, well, we're happy that you're home. And they all like, oh, well, we like you. I don't give a shit. Meanwhile, she's all fucked off. So they bought an elf here. And I said, listen, elves haven't been welcome here for billions of years, for a long time. I don't know how long it is. My grandfather's grandfather. Why did you bring an elf here? I said, well, the sea presented it to me. He said, well, listen, your name means elf lover. Elf lover. If you're not an elf lover, take the sword and kill the elf, okay? It's got to be dealt with. Meanwhile, over in the secret mine. Again, their fucking job for 76 years was to oversee this part of the world and make sure orcs didn't come back. And boy, did they fuck that up. Right? And there's like all pouty. Oh, I fucked that up, right? And they're like, oh, we got, I don't know, what's going on? It's not good. We got to get out. Oh, you're an elf. I'm an elf too. We're all elves. And then they say, you got to cut down the tree. So we can't cut down the tree. We're elf. It's an elf religion. And it's like, we're not going to, is that what we can't cut it down? It says, I like your spunk, sir. He probably raped him the night before. And he gives them some water to drink. It's like, oh, well, thank you very much. And then he gives some to his mate. And he goes, yeah, that's pretty good. And he gives a third person, and he slaps his throat. Right, there you go. Die. And he dies horribly in front of him. Oh, orcs are bad. Maybe you should have kept an eye out for them, you stupid arsehole. Oh, it was your job. He's like, I will cut down the tree. I will break my elf religion. And he's like, nah, orcs are evil. And I mean, really, why don't they just go around the fucking tree? Wouldn't that be easy? No. Meanwhile, Galadriel, stunning and brave. And brave and stunning. Look at her, smugly breaks out of her jail, being stunning. I mean, God, look at this stupid expression on her face of like, what is this trying to convey? Are you trying to think? It looks like you're trying to take a shit, right? Or it actually looks like you're trying to take a piss, right? You're like, I got a piss for the doctor. I gotta take a piss. Oh, I've got a bit of piss out. So then they meet the captain and said, I don't like it here. Everybody hates me. Well, you know, not everybody. I quite like you. Some of us like elves. She's like, in my special elf life, I will defend myself. He said, well, listen, how about I take you on a good hard ride? Well, I don't know what that means. They go to their library, like half a day's ride away, quarter day ride, and they go riding. Oh, she's free. She's glad. It's all in slow motion. It's fucking awful. Gladriel, Gladriel, da 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 da. Gladriel is the best, and not a Mary Sue at all. Dun, 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 dun. And so then they go. He's trying to get a job. So I don't understand what's going on here, right? And they're like, we're not going to fucking hire you, okay? You came with the elf. Nobody likes the elf. And he's eating free food for some reason. I don't know how. I guess it's like look after him. And they're like, we don't like you, elf lover. And he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I got from bad foot. How about this? Drinks are on the house, right? Drinks are on me, right? Everybody has drinks. Hey, everybody drink. And he goes to leave, and he's stolen the guy's like gold brooch. And he's like, I'm so clever. I've stolen it. And they catch him. So fine, you just have it back. He's like, fuck that. We're going to mess you up, mate. No, don't make me angry, Miss McGee. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Oh, we don't like I'm Brian Blessed from 1963, and I don't give a shit. Dun, 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 dun. Then he gets mad, see, and he messes them all up with his super ninja-like skills because he's the bestest ever. I'll remind you, he was brought into the story because he was floating on a raft made out from a boat that was destroyed by a sea creature, and he met Gladriel because Gladriel got off a boat in the middle of the freaking middle of the ocean, right? For some, because she's an insufferable cunt. Oh, there's no other way of describing her. So they got she found the knowledge that she goes. It was not only is she the greatest warrior ever, she's also the greatest sage ever. And she's like, oh, this is me over here. This is Elrond. And oh, fuck off. I hate this. Look at me being smug and annoying, right? I love a bit of smug and annoying. Nothing says Lord of the Rings. Nothing says Galadriel more than smug and annoying, right? Got to have a bit more of that. Let's open the next set of slides. Twink. Is it open? Yes, we want to open them. We weren't like, there you go. Oh, man. Which one? Doink. There you go. Gladriel is Gladriel. She's like, wow, I'm stunning and brave, but you know, I think you're somewhat bangable. And then the man turns up and is given the book she's looking for so she can do a research and be Gladriel and she's found a secret rune, right? A secret rune. What does it mean? And she said, wait, I have been blind as a bat. This is not a rune. This is a map. And it shows that we're talking about it's over here. Castle Doom. We must. That is where we will find Sauron. We must go. It's like, that makes a lot of sense. Smart girl. Smart elf. Meanwhile, the Proudfoots are, oh god, whatever they fucking are. They're just annoying. They're like Ewoks without balls. I mean, really? Honestly, who the fuck wants to watch this bullshit? I mean, honestly, really? Who wants to watch this bullshit? Does that? I mean, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand how somebody went, oh yeah, let's make $1 billion and make this out of it. Like what? How much cocaine must have that been? That's crazy. I'm not exact. That is crazy. And like, how much coke must they have snorted to make them go, yeah, this is fucking awesome. Everyone's going to love this, especially, and I'll be really clear, especially Lord of the Rings fans. Yeah, they're not going to feel fucked over at all with this fucking foo-foo bullshit. What the hell? Oh. So he's broken his foot. He's like, no, I can do it. I can go on the Great Migration and you won't fall behind and die horribly. Now, I don't know. These are all these little... I can't stand all this shit in their hair. these like bits of flour and acorns and bullshit. Oh God, it annoys me. I mean, the hobbits were kind of cool. They were like people. They had their own little society, right? That like echoed ours, right? Yes, they had big feet, but they had shirts, and they weren't wearing fucking lilies in their fucking hair all the fucking time, or acorns, or bits of straw. And they're going, "What's wrong? You don't like me because I'm black?" No, I don't like you because you're shit. Oh, so shit. Like, so deeply shit. Unbelievable. One Karen to rule them all. That is Gladrill. One Karen to rule them all. That's the thing. A Karen can't be ruled. They're all army of one, aren't they? Oh man, the Rona. Gotta keep awake. Anyway, it's so fucking boring. So she's found a man who fell from the sky. They think it's Gandalf. Who gives a shit, really? It's not Gandalf. This is their version of like Bilbo Baggins, right? A brave little half-foot. No, Bilbo Baggins was actually a character with foibles and a life. This is just shit. Oh God, and it gets shittier when a shitty friend comes into it. So they got to get these star charts for their guy, and so she distracts Lenny Henry, who's got a barrel of hay on his head, and a culturally appropriated an Irish accent or a take on it. While he's there, she steals the thing, and she's just shit. Oh, I'm so cute. No, none of this is funny. Oh, none of this is endearing. This is all just shit. So Lenny Henry now they clunkily explain that if you fall off, and famously hobbits were not nomadic, right? Being nomadic is the whole thing about these people, right? That's what made them relatable. So now they're gonna like very clunkily explain to you that if you get left behind on the caravan, you're gonna die, right? So they list all the people who got left behind, and they go talk about how they got. Oh, this one was eaten by wolves. This one that, and they go through read the names, and they remember them. Oh, and with a teary eye. Oh, he got eaten by a wolf or whatever bullshit. Who cares? Oh, this is shit. Meanwhile, he's got the secret. He's got the paper, and he's looking at it. He's like, I'm going off. Meanwhile, Lenny Henry is, to be sure, Bigora. This isn't insulting at all. We live in a world where Frank Azaria can't do Apu anymore because that's cultural appropriation or brownface, and you can put on an Irish accent, and that's okay. I don't understand. So he gets excited, and fire gets maybe the increases everywhere, and he gets scared, and he pulls down a big thing, and and they're all hide, right? Because that's what they all do. These half-wits, they all hide. This is not an endearing species, right? They're not going, oh, Katanga, Katanga half-foot, my friend. Katanga. If you don't fall behind on our walking speed migration, you'll be left behind. How compact? Yeah, we'll be left behind and you'll die. It doesn't matter, you just broke your foot, right? But it's okay. Anyway, they're like, so she's in trouble. They say she should be expelled from the caravan. He says, yes, but she's a dumb cunt, right? Basically, she's just a dumb cunt. Says Lenny Henry nicely. So, they can stay in the caravan, but they got to stay at the back. This is bad news for him because he's got a broken foot, and if he stayed at the front, he could have maintained he could have set the pace. But now he's at the back. They're all going to die. It's okay. I'm actualized. Oh, I'm stunning and brave and stunning, and I'm actualized. I'm a woman. Hear me roar. Yeah, I'm a black woman, and yeah, I'm not gonna have any kids because they're all gonna die horribly in some kind of Black Middle Earth Holocaust, right? Why? So because some cheese and wine swilling liberal arsehole in Hollywood can feel like he cares about black people, whilst at the same time crossing the road to avoid black people. So meanwhile in Numenor, another boring scene where he's like, I think I might defer. Says, no, fuck off, you're not doing it. And she's like, maybe sure. And somebody, he's like, well, your brother did it. Okay, this is boring. Anyway, she gets a message, and he's like, you'll get on that fucking boat in 3 weeks. And she's like, yay, they let me into the designer guild. And like, why didn't they let you? I said, I reapplied because he told me to, my brother, and he's already gone. Meanwhile, this is a more fucking convincing Galadriel than this one. She's meeting, this bloke got arrested after beating everybody to death. He says, oh, I'm smug cunt mode. I know who you are. You're not just any person. Fate put it together. And fate's just the thing that what men decide to call something when they don't know what to call something. Because men are men. Oh, I hate men. But I will condescend to men. Right? He's like, well, I know who you are. You're really the king. He's like, he's got a king thing around his neck. So, we need an army. He said, oh, well, I will get you your army. Meanwhile, she's like, the elf bitch must die. They're migrating. Oh, we gotta go migrating, but he's falling behind, and they're all going to die. The whole family just gonna be left to die. Nobody gives a shit, right? But oh no, the big man is there, and the man's gonna be a friend. Said, oh, that's how we'll get it. This guy will just drag it for us and keep us up. Meanwhile, over at the elf mines of doom, right? They're going to do a breakout. Yay, big fight! Oh, stunning and brave and stunning. And because orcs can't go into the light apparently, so they start to pour everyone. Oh, everybody follow me! And he leaps up. Aha! Smash! And he breaks the canopy that like keeps the light off them. Because I'm stunning and brave, and I may be at the bottom of the progressive stack, but I'm on the progressive fucking stack. Come on, go and get it, cunt. All together or one at a time. I don't fucking care. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. Although my dialogue is somewhat better. Bring out the big doggy thing, and this is shit. I mean, really, $1 billion fucking dollars, and you come up with this bullshit? Really? Who sold you this? Tell you what, mate, I'll sell you a bridge if you want. So the dog comes and eats a couple of people, even though a stunning and brave woman. Oh, that's how bad this dog is. Then he eats somebody else. Ah! But the stunning and brave man is able to get him trapped in the tree stump or something. They're like, yay, we get him. So save yourselves. And out come the orcs. Fight. And he kills another one because he's stunning and brave. And his friend makes up to the top. Yay! He's about to be eaten, but he throws a spear and kills the big doggy thing. Rah! I said, yeah, I'm coming too. And he climbs up and he sees his friend. Funk. Got an arrow with him. Oh no. Thunk! And another arrow. They actually have something got to do. No! He cries. No! As his friend dies. But you were my gay lover. Lover. They drag him back down. Escape foiled. As they bring out the gimp. Da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun 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 Dan, dan, and you never find out who the fuck it is, but you bring out this guy, must be some kind of like traitorous elf by the looks of it. Who gives a shit? It is shit beyond shit beyond shit. Oh my god, it is super shit, right? Super shit. Looking at the prayer group. Okay, let's have a look so far. Of the votes we have so far. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, out of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 votes. Okay. So for 7 o'clock, we have 1, 2, 3. 6:30 is looking prominent. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 out. So we got a third for 7 o'clock. Okay. Now we got 1, 2. How many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they're in the lead. 8 for 6:30. Oh, they're just in the lead. I don't like it. And then 6:15, we got 6:15's trailing. 1, 2, like 3 or 4. Okay, come on. So I reckon we'll go for 6:45. That's my guess. That is my guess. Anyway, I digress. Let's have a look at a bit of bounding in the comics. See what's going on in the world. Here, let's have a look at this. All these things to look at. Got a bunch of things to watch here. So this looks disturbingly good, right? Disturbingly good. I can't really explain it. I don't think we had a vote. Colin, you asked what was the vote about at the beginning of the stream. I have no idea. I have no idea what it was. Anyway, this is a trailer for Star Trek Picard Season 3. Now, Star Trek Picard Season 1 was atrocious, right? Was atrocious. Crackle Raffi was his best friend ever. And they had less of it in there. You didn't see a hide nor hair of a starship. It was nice seeing Riker, but other than that, it was basically shit and painful, right? Everybody was a lesbian, including the men. Very strange. Second season started off awesome. Awesome beyond awesome beyond awesome, like Star Trek. Then it went into Star Trek, illegal immigration. Now we got season 3. Robert Meyer Burnett says it's going to be good. I don't believe it, but that's what he says. He said it's going to be good.
This message is for Admiral Jean-Luc Picard. We need your help. We need your help.
I need to find the ship.
I hate to say it, this looks pretty darn good. Doesn't it? I mean, like, I go into everything with an open mind, which annoys the fuck out of me because I don't think things deserve it. But this looks pretty darn fucking good.
I need to find a ship. No, I can't ask you to put yourself in danger. Since when? Jean-Luc, wherever you go, we go.
I mean, why couldn't this be season 1?
Beautiful.
Couldn't this be the one and only season?
Permission to come aboard, Commander.
Permission granted, sirs. Welcome to the Titan.
Why don't you do us the honor, Commander?
Engage.
I mean, I even like the design of the Titan. I hate to tell you, I mean, this is all fucking awesome. Oh, don't tickle my balls, mate. Do not tickle my balls. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. That looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? I mean, it just does. I mean, you got to erase your memory of all the previous stuff. However, where's the news? Hang on, news and updates. We go to StarTrek.com. They done something I'm not happy about for Strange New Worlds. They replaced Hemmer, which I liked a lot, with Carol Kane, which I'm like, really? Yeah, I mean, like, this doesn't sound good to me. I'm sorry. Go on, let's look some pictures up because it's I mean, Carol Kane, Princess Bride, yeah, great, but replacing Hemmer, who's awesome. Oh, we got a clip as well. If it's the clip of Ortega, no, I saw the clip of Ortega, I think. Also unveiled the first look clip of the upcoming season. Yeah, I don't really get this idea at all. Yeah, I've seen this. It was a Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx. Paramount Plus today announced that during a global live stream of Star Trek Day celebration, the incomparable award-winning Carol Kane will join season 2 of its original hit series, the only hit series, hit original series Star Trek Strange New Worlds, with recurring character as Chief Engineer Pelia, highly educated and intelligent, as new senior engineer of the Southern Snow Falls. Oh, that is such a boring description of any female character. That is the laziest ass, most boring description of any female character. Oh, Dr. Alex is there. How you doing, Dr. Alex? Join your can you put the link in for your upcoming stream tonight, which I think is at 7 o'clock is the I'm not even sure what it was. It's an interesting documentary, and then followed by a live stream, which I may be on, depending if I can find any adrenaline to shoot directly into my heart, because that might be what it takes. Picard comes on the Titan on a mobility scooter. Yeah, indeed. Turner, yeah, where is this? You are a mod, right? If you're not a mod, you can send it to me, and I'll put it in. Where was it? Oh yeah, here we go. Found my screen. Fine, Carol Kane. Okay, here's the problem. Too many women. Right? You got Pike, you have Spock, and you have the Doctor, right? And then you got the Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx, right? You had the number one, you've got the security chief. You have Uhura, right? So when you had Hemmer, it was 50-50. So now the balance is off. And even the balance of 50-50 was off. It should be, I would say, 70-30. With leaning towards men, because women, generally speaking, don't go to STEM fields given the choice, right? Maybe press ganged in your nightmare new world, maybe, but not in real life. So there's no fools, please. Pelia solves problems calmly and brusquely. Oh, so she's a Mary Sue. Oh, God. In addition to promotional photo of Carol Kane as Pelia, also did a clip. Yeah, the clip does. Yeah, who cares? The clip was of as a Lieutenant Ortega. Star Trek Strange New Worlds conversation at Star Trek Day Celebration featured cast members Rebecca Romaine, Celia Rose Gooding, not sure who he is, Jess Bush, like a bit of Jess Bush, Christina Chong, Melissa Navier, and Babs Okunmodun, whoever she is. Oh yeah, she's. I don't even know she had a name. Okay, fine, whatever. But yeah, no, that doesn't fill me with hope. It really doesn't, unfortunately. Have a quick look at. Oh, I was going to look at the Fifth Doctor on Big Finish. I didn't do that on the other day when I was doing the 40th anniversary stream for what's her name? Oh wow, man! I just ran out of steam big time there. Oh, hang on. Okay, for now I can't find the window, which has StreamYard in it, and hopefully I haven't. Oh, there, I'm still here. Good. Okay, fine. Let's have a look. Cobra Kai. I still haven't finished season 3 yet. This Pinocchio looks like a piece of shit, right? Doesn't it? Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, we covered this on the Thursday show. Shall we watch? Shall we look at? Yeah, there's really no news going on there. Hang on, twink. So instead, then let's go over here. Hang on, close this down. Let me close this. I'll close this. Yeah, find out. Yeah, it now closes down some windows. I can see where I am again. Okay, good. Let me go to screen grabs. Doink. How many do we have? We have a lot. No, wrong way. Hang on. Doink. Oh, look at that. It just worked. Let's have a look at a bit of She-Hulk, shall we? Oh, man. I don't know. It's just, it's not for me, really, in all fairness. This is for wine mum Karens, essentially. And people are like, oh, this is so much fun. Mums who have taken their kids to Marvel movies and they like, oh, this is for me. We're having some glass of Chardonnay, right? Dun, 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 dun. We're building on the shoulders of we are midgets on the shoulder. Is midget a bad word? I don't think you can say that, can you? We are little people on the shoulders of giants. I don't know. Anyway, oh, that great Marvel stuff. Now it's all shit. Who cares? It's over. So it starts off. There's this guy doing a magic act and he's levitating and everyone's like kind of bored. No one's really there. And he's like, oh, I can do all these kind of things. Shit. And like, in a world of superheroes, who does care? I do get that. So you got this weird character. It's like this boozy girl character who's always drunk and likes to drink and with a girlfriend who's drunk out of her mind. And she volunteers. And he's like, do the magic trick, and he's like, fine. And so he gets the Doctor Strange spinny thing, and he makes a portal, and she vanishes, and he goes, yay! That's very, very cool, right? Next thing she knows, Wong is watching The Sopranos, right? And you got The Sopranos music going. And suddenly she turns up and she was like, I'm all drunk and I was sent over here. And basically Wong's in it again. It's like, oh, Sopranos, this is the episode that Adriana gets whacked. It's like, you just spoiled it for me. I'm going to kill that guy. It's called Johnny Blaze. Is that so? Is he supposed to be, what's it called again? Ghost Rider? I don't know. I thought that was name was Ghost Rider. She-Hulk! Who gives a shit? Hi, I'm talking to the camera again. I'm a cutesy wootsy. So cutesy wootsy. And again, in a functional MCU, this will be fun. But this is the MCU now, right? There is nothing else other than this audience, right? Then the guy from Perfect Strangers turns up. Hey, have you seen Bulky? No, I'm here to put some security in because somebody tried to attack you last night. He says, yeah, but I'm the Hulk and I just hulked out and you can't do it. Meanwhile, so she's making herself a dating profile of Jennifer Waters. And yeah, it doesn't look overly interesting. And she's all proud of herself. And her interview's going out. And Wong shows up and said, I've got a legal problem. She needs, this guy's been doing magic and I don't want him to do it anymore. It's bad. He started training and he left. He's like, well, do you have a contract? He's like, no, I don't. We just have well, that's going to be a problem. I said, can you leave me a card? I said, sure. And here, I got a nice Asian font on my card because, that's not racist. And off he goes to watch Sopranos again or something. Talks to camera, set up a dating profile. And again, creepy guy number 47. Hi, ladies. Would you like to have a drink? He's like, no, we're in the middle of working, obviously. But you want it, bitch. Oh, yeah, you do. Are you Starbirds? Are you Patriot? Like no one is. I mean, maybe they are, but like, stop with your man hatred, right? And a profile sucks. So they meet with him. And they're like, well, you can't copyright magic. I'm like, well, actually, you can. That's conjuring tricks. So they serve him a cease and desist. Right. And she gets, one new match. Okay. With a dating app. And I don't know, just doing weird magic at each other. And it's not very funny. So she meets the guy and, it's a creepy guy. Self-obsessed. Checks out other women, looks at his phone, not interested in her. So she says, I'm a Hulk and everything. He's like, not listening. Says, okay, I'm gonna go. And he leaves her the bill. Like, what? Like, I got a creepy guy. Like, fine, I'll just pay it because you're a creepy guy. And off he goes. Right. Meanwhile, in court the next day, Wong is like, it's just stupid. He's like, you can't copyright magic, and they have a whole. It just goes on for a long time trying to be comedic. And again, in a functional MCU, this will be fun, but it's not a functional MCU, right? So then they call this witness, which is the boozy girl, who's still drunk, right? She's always drunk. Wherever she's coming from, she's always drunk. So she gives a testimony. Hey, Wongers. And she said, it was actually kind of fun, and it was bad. It didn't work out good for them. She's like, first it was fun, then it was scary fun, then it was super fun. He's like, well, this is not working out well. So I told you not to call her, right? And they let her go. And then they give a closing thing, and they're all doing magic, and they're all magicians. They're reasonably charming. And she's like, well, can we have an injunction? No, it's my livelihood, right? So I'm worried about them destroying the world. So no, they're not going to destroy the world. They can keep on doing it. He's like, well, stop throwing smoke bombs. Oh God, I can't believe how long this goes on for. And then he pulls a rabbit out, and they all like the rabbit out of the hat, and they go, "Oh, it's so cute." Thank God it's over. Oh, so next, she's got no matches whatsoever, so she decides to make one for She-Hulk, right? And then she gets like. Well, listen, you're much hotter as She-Hulk. I don't know what to tell you, right? And then she's like swiping a gazillion people, right? Oh, these are nice. And then before she knows it, she has all these responses, right? She's like, whoa, who'd have thought being hot and looking good would work out good for me? So she meets people, and they're all weird. Like, I can bench press. And I'm not a superhero, and they're all like jerks, and he's like calls her a specimen. It's like, you're an incredible specimen, and they're all like just weird and creepy, right? I mean, yeah, another weird, creepy guy. Like, for God's sake, I'm sorry you're alone and miserable. Maybe I'm talking about to the writers. I'm sorry you're alone and miserable. Maybe it's because you're an insufferable cunt. Have you thought of that? Maybe don't be an insufferable cunt and you won't like just get all these awful men turn up. So this guy's turns out to be really super nice. And they have an incredible date, right? And they completely connect. Meanwhile, he's doing a trick and opens a portal up. And all these like devil things start coming out of it. 1 second. It turns into an egg, and then the egg hatches, and out comes this like weird devil thingy. And there's lots of them. Fine. So, and they all start freaking out. They all start invading. Meanwhile, I have no idea. Wong's watching something else. And they said, Dong, you need to help me. It's all going. I said, well, you got to cease and desist then. Okay, you got to stop. And then, fine, I agree. Meanwhile, she's having a date with him, and it's going really well. He's got a job. He's interested in her. He's super hot. He spills wine on his shirt, so he takes it off, and she's like, well, you're hot. But Wong calls her, I need your help. So she's got to go and deal with all these like little monkey devil things, right? And then tread on everything. It goes on and on and on. But eventually they get rid of them all. Oh man, this is boring. Right. And then okay, eventually they get rid of them all, and it's all done. Fine. And then God, is it still going on? I'm skipping slides like crazy right now because it's just more of the bloody same. Yes, I understand. You got to get rid of all these monkey things. By the way, I saw somebody said, why doesn't Disney do a Tarzan with a black person playing Tarzan, right? You know, if we're doing all these race swaps, why don't we do that, right? It's because they don't want to have a black person do all these monkey movements, right? And that's why I think we should lobby for there to be a black Tarzan. I think it'd be funny. So then she flops in on him. Hi, and they start making out. And then creepy. She picks him up and carries him off to bed, right? So then we find out the next day she's making breakfast. And good morning, sunshine. You and me, the dirty deeds are fine. So about what's going on. Talking about Tatiana is back in the news. So she watches the news. And she's been released, and he's like, "Who are you?" He said, "Yeah, I'm Jennifer Walters. I'm the non-Hulk version." He's like, "Well, you're the person I dated." He's like, "I'm making breakfast. You know what? I'm just gonna go, right?" So then this guy shows up, said, "Package for you." Says, "Listen, I know you're just serving me. It's fine." So then Tatiana's serving her. Because she owns the copyright to She-Hulk, right? And it's like, well, she copyrighted it first, so you own it. So, that's a bit of a downer to end on, and it ends the episode. Oh, it's such shit. It's such shit. And then the end of credits is Wong watching something with drunk woman and trying to say, do you have anything to drink? I want to have something to drink. I'm an alcoholic, essentially, right? That's basically it, right? That is basically it. Fine. With that, I am out of steam, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, I have no more. Don't worry, man. I'm surprised I got this far, quite frankly. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to hit the Emperor Broadcast button. Hopefully, I'll be back fighting Felt Tuesday. I have a video launching tomorrow. Thankfully, I have it pre-recorded because I do not have it in me. Hitting the Emperor Broadcast button, hitting again.